Hello, my name is Jonathan Bethany. It is May 25th, 2025, and this is week 8 assignment for FTT 122, Introduction to Ammunition and Basic Ballistics. For part 1, got cartridges here. So last week, I disassembled the 30-30 round. For all the rest, for the 7mm mag, I use the number 3, the largest size, to disassemble. And for the rest, I use the second one, the medium size, to disassemble 38 Special, 9mm. But for the life of me, I could not get the 223 disassembled. Tried multiple times, could not get it apart. Also didn't want to break my bullet puller with how many times I did it. So minus using a pair of pliers, couldn't get it apart. But I do have for 9mm here. I can move over a little. So for 9mm here, and using the micrometer, the projectile length is 0.556, diameter 0.354, the rim 0.388, the head base 0.389, the body is 0.387. There is no shoulder. The neck is 0.376 hundredths of an inch. Little brief history. Was introduced in 1902, adopted by German Navy in 1904 and German Army in 1908. Most popular and widely used military handgun cartridge, and was adopted by U.S. Armed Forces in 1985. I don't think they use the M9 anymore. I think, pretty sure the military has gone out of using the M9. But I can do more research on that. The projectile length, diameter, and case information can be found in the provided cartridges of the world on page 450. For 38 Special here, drew these before I had taken them apart. Projectile length 0.529, diameter 0.356, case the rim 0.434, head base 0.376, body 0.373, the neck 0.349, and again, no shoulder, being a pistol cartridge. Developed by Smith & Wesson, introduced with its military and police model revolver in 1902, was originally a military cartridge to replace 38 Long Colt. Colt has its own version in 1909. The only difference was the bullet shape, and is one of the best balanced all-around handgun cartridges ever designed. And the information for this can be found on page 457 of Cartridges of the World. For the 223, projectile length, the information can be found, information for the round itself and the history can be found on page 72 and 73, but the diameter and everything can be found on page 674. I did a Google search, and it's between 0.725 and 0.735, so right in the middle for projectile bullet length. Diameter 0.224, the case rim 0.375, head base 0.373, body 0.367, the shoulders 0.349, and the neck is 0.249. First appeared in 1957 as an experimental military cartridge for the Armalite AR-15, adopted by U.S. Army as the 5.56 millimeter ball cartridge M193 in 1964. The cartridge in the round was created by Robert Hutton, and one of the requirements that he wanted was a round that retained velocity in excess of the speed of sound at 500 yards, which could not be done by the .222 Remington. For the 30-30 Winchester, which I talked about last week, it is the information on this one can be found on page 113. The projectile length is 0.846, diameter 0.307. The rim is 0.416, body or head and base 0.490, body 0.413, the shoulder is 0.401, neck 0.302. First American small bore smokeless powder sporting cartridge, designed by Winchester in early 1895 for the model 1894 lever action. Original load used 160 grain soft point with 30 grains of smokeless powder, thus named the 30-30. And for the big boy 7mm Remington Magnum. Information on this can be found on page 106. The projectile length of a Google search is about 1.50 inches. The diameter 0.284, rim 0.525, head base 0.511, body 0.506, shoulder 0.490, and neck 0.315. It is introduced by Remington 1962, brought out at the same time as the improved bolt action 700 series rifles, and 7mm Remington Magnum. It's a fine long range big game cartridge.